Hi, my name is Meg Edwards, and I am a GTD coach. And I actually just wanted to start with a story today where I have been dabbling in trying to play guitar since I was a teenager. My father played guitar, my sister played guitar. We grew up in a musical family, and I had guitar lessons off and on my whole life. And I finally decided that I really wanted to be more intentional with getting better at guitar. And so I hired a guitar teacher. When I went to see Pat for the first time, he first wanted to assess where I was in guitar playing. And I was absolutely kind of all over the place. I could play some really challenging songs that I had learned, but I also just didn't have the basics down. He said, can you show me, different C chords and bar chords and things like that? I was like, I have no idea. And then he said, well, what kind of music do you like? So I put the sheet music in front of him. One was David Crosby's Lee Shore. And he looked at me like completely deadpan and he goes, well, that's like 6 months to a year down the road. And there was a part of me that was kind of relieved of, oh, okay, no wonder why I'm having a hard time playing Lee Shore. And he's like, we really got to get the fundamentals down. We really have to get the basics down, how you hold a pick and how you strum and learning more about guitar and things like that. And so he put me right into some really basic songs and really was teaching me better ways of holding the guitar and positioning my chords and things like that, which was really uncomfortable because I had been spending decades, doing it a certain way. But I was absolutely determined that I was going to go back to the foundations and the fundamentals, which I really hadn't had. And this isn't that uncommon that when people come to us at GTD Focus who are interested in taking their GTD practice to the next level. So what do I mean by that? Well, people are coming to us and they're saying, I'm familiar with GTD. I have been, implementing it with certain success. And I have gaps, and I really want an experienced GTD coach to help me fill in those gaps and make it work for me. And so we have a fabulous foundation program that has been extremely successful, where we are helping people first figure out, what are the best tools for them? What are the best lists for them? Do they want to have their projects list separated, or do they want to have lists by context or by topic or by time frame? How do they think? And then how do we customize GTD to that and really make it fit really beautifully? Then we're also working on, once that's in place, getting everything out of their mind, getting that clarified and organized. So we're practicing clarifying and organizing with clients and then integrating it with email and if they have any paper, so that, they've clarified all of their current work. We have made a plan for them if they have backlog, because some people have tremendous email and paper backlog or even MindSuite backlogs. By that time, then they're ready to start doing good weekly reviews and starting to learn also how they can customize it. And so over the course of 4 months, it's a 4-month program. Some people finish earlier. Some people may need a little bit more time. So it's not about the number of hours with the coach. It's really about us hitting the promise of the program, which is to get somebody installed with GTD so that they can start doing weekly reviews, because now they have a robust, full, accurate inventory of their current work. What is so lovely about that and so great about this program is that people at the end of the program are saying, I am feeling so much more in the driver's seat. I trust my list management system. I have an accurate and complete project and next actions and agendas and waiting fors list. I'm starting to use them. I'm starting to get space in my calendar so that I can really separate out my doing predefined work and then defining my work. Because most people, when they come to the program, they're just scanning emails and still dealing with the latest and the loudest, or they have, systems set up, but they're kind of crude and they're not really robust. And therefore it's kind of more complicated for them. So we give people really clean edges to their systems. And that's the foundation. And then when they leave the program, they say, you know what, I have this and I just need to practice and practice and practice and practice. So if you are finding that you have some gaps in the foundation part of GTD, meaning you have some gaps in capturing and clarifying and organizing and doing your reviews, you might like to reach out to us and explore the foundation program. There are different ways to do the foundation program, and we'd be happy to talk with you about those paths that will work for you.